Welcome to this visionary overview look at what we call a GaiaSoul. It's a UI client for the Dsensor Mapping Protocol, a way to perform peer-to-peer science. So let's just have a look over this standalone application. Starts with sensor data. So we have a wearable live streaming via my mobile phone, and we've also got another wearable that's batched uploaded, and I've uploaded my genome from 23andMe. And there's the ability to add new sensors via Bluetooth or batch methods. But we need to make sense, or SenseMaking, and for that we're using science. And the scientific knowledge is put forward in a DMAP, or DMAPs, and this is like a computational form of the theory. So here we've got one live in this Soul account with some random sampling going out in the network with two others. So these are DMAPs that this client has authored. And we have a peer-to-peer network, so we can create local test networks to experiment with our theories, but when they're put out to the network, random sampling techniques are used to keep the network honest, so you can create different peer-to-peer networks. But this demo is really about looking to the UI. So here we have a 3D model of me, and we have the ability to zoom in on the organs or the muscles, and then we could go to the organs. And the idea is to link the science and the analytic UI. So there should be a little dashboard saying, oh, my average heart rate is this, and my pulse when I'm running, my swimming is this, and the graphic would change. So the idea is like an overall guiding, and as you drill in, the maps or the decentralized applications would pop up their contribution to the rich UI. But of course, it's not just us, we live in our world. So I live in Scotland. So for example, we have a project called Map My River. So we've had some flooding recently, so why couldn't we have a local network taking in the rainfall, modeling it, providing notifications, and using the compute power of the particular valley to make sure we've got the best up-to-date resources modeling for us, rather than waiting on a centralized batch compute. So then we just have a typical sort of stream view of the notifications coming from the maps or the apps. So there's some live computations or sampling going on. So anything that's important should be flagged up here in chronological order. Or if there's a computation, you could click on that and get a dashboard on what resources have been used for what reason. And of course, because this knowledge becomes extensive, then we need a way to visualize that. So here we have a way to cluster science into topics. And so here we have a cluster here and a cluster there, and there's gaps, and maybe that requires for some innovation to tie these worlds together. And of course you can zoom in to see the specific theories. And the idea is that these DMAPs are linked to the graphical UIs of the human, or the place in the world, or the environment. So there's this sort of two-way seamless flow between the abstract knowledge and the reality or the virtual reality. So anyway, just a visionary overlook of how this may work in the future.